We're going to do another number talk. I'm going to put a problem on the board. When you know the answer, put your thumb up. You ready? Okay, this means I have a strategy, but not an answer yet. This means I have two strategies. Okay, answers. Okay, Kylie?
180.
180. Kylie, would you like to share?
Well, I knew that 2 times 15 equals 30. And I couldn't do 30 times 6 in my head that well, so I did 3 times 6 equals 18, and 18 times 10 equals 180.
Can anybody explain why Kylie did 18 times 10? Spencer, why did you do 18 times 10?
She did 18 times 10 because she was supposed to do 30 times 6, not 3 times 6. So she had times. So basically, she had to take the 30 times the 3 and times it by 10.
Oh, I see. Is that correct, Kylie? That's why you did that? Okay. Did anybody solve differently? Jillian?
Well, it's a lot like her strategy, but I did 2 times 15 is 30, and then I did 30 times 3, and I did that was 90, and then I did 90 times 10, which was 180.
I understand that this part. Then you did 30 times 3 and 90 times 2. Why did you choose to do that?
Because half of 6 is 3, and
Okay.
then that was 30 times 3 is 90, and then I had to do that again to make the other 3 of the 6.
Is that clear?
Other half of the 6.
So this is the 6. She split it in half and then doubled it back. Okay. One more, Ashley.
I did 6 times 15,
Okay.
and that equals 90.
Mm-hmm.
And then I did 90 times 2 equals 180.
So you went this way. Does it matter which direction you go? So you can go in any direction. Does that work with all operations?
No.
Put your thumb up when you know the answer. Okay, answers. Jalen.
180.
180. Jalen, how'd you know that so fast?
Because I knew that 5 times 12 was 60. And I did 60 times 3, and that equals 180.
Okay, so you multiplied those to get 60, and then 60 times 3 is 180. Wow. Omar?
Well, I knew that the last problem we had is 6 on the very end. Then I realized that the 6 was now with 3. And then the 15, you had a minus 3, and then on the 2, you added 3. So I knew it was going to be the same answer because it's the same problem.
It's the same problem. Okay, I'm kind of following you, but I'm not really clear.
What I mean, like, because you had 15 before, and it used to be 6. So you took 3 off of 6, and minus 15 to equal 12. Minus 3 from 15 to equal 12. And you added 3 to 2 to equal 5. So it's going to be the same answer.
I disagree with her. I disagree.
Shala.
I think that you did the 6 times 2. Or, yeah, 6 times 2, and that got you to 12 in the problem. So you did your 2 single number dimensions and times them together, and then you took the 15 and divided it into 2 dimensions.
To factors? Okay.
Yeah, 2 factors. So instead of 2 times 15 times 6, it's 2 times 6, which is 12. So it's 5 times 3 times 12. Or you can use
So the 6 and the 2 were combined to make the 12, and the 15 was split into a 5 and a 3. Omar, is that what you were trying to say? Mm-hmm. It just didn't come out quite right? Yeah. Okay. Darian, do you have something to add?
another method.
You have a different way?
Yeah.
Okay.
I started like Jalen had something similar. I did 5 times 12 equals 60, but instead of just heading straight on 60 times 3.
Okay. You could think about it like 6 times 3, but you did 60 times 3. Okay, and I'm going to kind of write here what Shala noticed. He noticed the 2 by 15 by 6 was rearranged. And I want to know in just a second how many people thought of it this way. These two were combined to make a 12.
And then the 15
Then this one was
split up
split
to make a 3 and a 5.
to a 3 and a 5. And that's where these came from. How many people saw that connection? Just kind of wondering. Answers? Rachel? 180. How did you know, Rachel?
Because 5 times 4 equals 20
Okay.
times 2 equals 60. Well, 20 times 2 equals 60.
Times 3
Yeah.
equals 60. All right.
And then 60 times 3 equals 180.
Okay. Lots of people solve that way. Ashley?
I did 4 times 3 equals 12.
Mm-hmm.
Then 12 times 5 equals 60.
Okay.
Then 60 times 3 equals 180.
Okay, I want to come back to what we were talking about a minute ago. Wonder why this problem came next. What do you think, Reagan?
Well, I saw a 12 and a 15 because I saw 4 times 3 is 12 and 5 times 3 is 15.
Okay. So how does it relate to this one we did a minute ago?
Because you still have your 12, your 15, and your 3.
12 and the 15. Do you see what she saw? Do you see how it's related? Spencer, do you have a question?
No, but I have one.
Okay.
I did 3 times 3 equals 9. And then I did 4 times 5, which equaled 20.
Mm-hmm.
And then, wait, what did after that? Oh, 20 times 9.
So you put those two together. All right. Here comes the next problem. You ready? Answers? Molly? 180. How did you know, Molly?
I did 12 times 10 is 120. And then I did 12 times 5 is 60. And I added them together and it was 180.
All right. I see that. I'm running out of room. Reagan.
It's the 12 and the 15 from all the other problems.
Ben, did you see that? Right
I
off?
have something to add to that.
What?
Like on that problem, what he could have done, the last problem, is done 3 times 4, 3 times 15, which that equals 12 times 15.
That
And I
equals
was
12
about to tell
times
you that,
15.
and then you just wrote it.
And that's what Reagan noticed a minute ago. That's 12
That's
times
the
15.
base of every single problem we just did.
Oh, why does that work?
2 times
Brett?
Because you just split them apart.
You're splitting them apart. Okay.
You're using factors of 12 and 15, and you're making all different problems, but no matter, as long as it's factors of 12 and 15, you're going to get the same answer.
Okay, Stacy?
I did it like 3 really short ways. I did it 2 and 6 times 15, 5 and 3 times 12, and then 4 and 3, and then 5 and 3. And then I knew it was 180 because I saw all the other problems and how you split them up. And then you split, the first time you split the 12, the second time you split the 15, the third time you split the 12 and the 15, and then now you're doing the 12 and the 15.
How many people saw it that way? All of them were related. It all had to do with 12 and 15. In fact,
Wait. Please.
yes.
The way I did it was I made it into like a prime factorization.
Oh, how did you make it into that?
I multiply faster when it's tiny numbers. So I did 3 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 5.
Does that equal the same thing?
3 times 2 is 6, times 2 is 12. 12 times 3 is 36, and then 36 times 5 is 180.
And that is so related to this, and this, and that, and that, and that. Wow.
Everything.